What is up, guys? Friend01 and welcome to my live reaction and review for Detective Conan chapter 1018 in the ice. Alright, guys, it has been nearly 2 months since our last Detective Conan chapter. To be honest, I don't actually remember what happened. I believe we had a case. No. It was the Mike thing. Mike and Detective Chiba? Yeah. Detective Chiba figuring out that, or Detective Chiba figuring out Mike is his old school, school friend, and potentially having a little bit of romance going on as well. So, I'm looking for it. I'm already liking it. I've got the first page up, guys. I'm already liking it. We've got Heiji in there. I'm loving this. I'm really curious about what's going to go down here because I'm really, really super happy whenever Heiji is in the series. So if you guys want to follow along, you know what you need to do. Bring it up on your laptop, tablet, whatever it is you read your manga on. Follow along with me. Let's get into it. Let's do this. I can't wait. I know you guys can't. Let's go. So we're on a bullet train. It's no good. It's just no good. If I simply confess somewhere with nice scenery, I'll be losing to Kudo. If I want to win against him, I've got to prepare myself. After all, that guy on that crowded stage at Kiyomizu, Heiji extremely distressed. And the reason for that is, obviously, as we know, he wants to confess. He just went and smooched her. He really doesn't do things by half. Heiji frets after his rival got there first. So as we know, Ran and Jimmy, or Conan, are actually a couple. So Heiji's kind of pissed that he hasn't been able to do it himself. It really must have been up on her. If you were going to go and do something like that, you should have told me beforehand. You gave me a right shot. What gave you a right shot? Kazuha! I bought her some iced tea. So, as we know, Heiji has a thing for Kazuha. He wants to confess to her. And what? Is it that gave you shot? I meant the museum where we're going today with Kudo. Conan and the others. I was so surprised when people started suddenly saying that Kaito Kid might be going there too. I know, right? Oh! So we're gonna get Kaito. Kaito, yes! I love Kaito Kid. There's rumors that Kid stood on top of the Suki Tenkaku before, but back then I never saw him with my own eyes. So this is really exciting, right? Right. Speaking of things to look forward to, the jewel kid is aiming for, okay, is the world's biggest conch pearl, the fairy's up, okay, a long thin pink pearl. I can't wait to see it. Fairy's up, lips of a fairy, lips. So he's checking out Kazuha's lips. What is it? You've been staring at my mouth for a while now. Is there something on? Well, shit. So, it's seaweed. It's because I ate takoyaki earlier. If Ranchan and the others saw this, I'd be laughed at. Takoyaki, huh? It probably tastes like takoyaki sauce. So he's thinking about kissing her. Whoa, alright, maybe we're going to get a little something with Heiji and Kazuha. I think that'll be awesome. I'm liking the sound of this. It's setting something up with it. Eh? You're almost at Shin Yokohama? Okay. Then we'll be heading to Tokyo Station to pick you up. So wait for us, Kazuha-chan. Seriously? Seriously? That rich old geezer? He goes and flashily picks a fight with Kid again. So we've got Morty there. So we're gonna get Kid in this chapter. I hope so. I hope we get Kid. Are you really going to that museum? There's going to be so much security that you won't be able to properly see the jewel anyway. But it says here, we're making preparations to allow people to coolly look at the jewel from all sides. There he goes, reading kanji. They might have come up with something. So Conan's kind of curious about what they've come up with. So Shizuki is picking a fight with Kaito Kid. Alright, so we're going back 1 week earlier. This won't do at all. This security setup, that Moonlight Magician will once again successfully steal the jewel and easily get away. This time, let's ignore the fact that the jewel might get stolen. Isn't there a better method to ensure that that guy definitely can't get away? As I've been saying, if you just increase the number of guards around the jewel, it wouldn't even get stolen in the first place. If we increase them any further, the visitors won't be able to enjoy looking at the jewel. Who cares about the visitors? They're probably mostly kid fans anyway. Okay. Anyway, we have 1 more week until the jewel will be put on display. We need to come up with a better plan. Until then, or we will end up seeing that conceited scoundrel's audacious smile this time as well. So Suzuki, obviously, he hates losing the kid. We know that. We've seen it in the anime. We've seen it in the Kaito Kid manga. He's always provoking him. Came all the way to the Metropolitan Police Department, but it turned out to be a fool's errand. But sir, Inspector Nakamori has a point as well. Wouldn't it be a good idea to tighten the security around the jewel? So Nakamori obviously is the inspector. By surrounding the display case with a steel fence, for example. But if we do that, it will just get stolen anyway. As I said before, let's attack rather than defend. We need to come up with a plan to ensure that that guy can't get away. Attacking the exterior without fortifying the defense of the interior is a foolish undertaking. Okay, so the translation note is, quote, attributed to Zhuge Liang, a military strategist during the Three Kingdoms period in China. And I like, even with like the Dynasty Warriors, Zhuge Liang from memory has that type of little moustache. So, these words were reputedly said a long time ago by a certain strategist who made a name for himself in China. Are you part of the police? Yes, although not of the Metropolitan Police. But how would you go about fortifying the defense? I'm being reproached every damn time for wanting to show the exhibit to visitors. Then how about this? So it seems like this guy has an idea. Ice? You put the jewel into ice? Okay, I see. This way you can coolly look at it from all sides. But it's just ice. If you heat it up, it'll melt, and if you use a drill, you can make a hole in it. True, but to melt it and where it's sitting, it'll take a very long time, and if you drill it a bit too much, you could probably break it. That's not a problem. This amount of ice, even with a gas burner, it takes quite a while to melt it. And if you were to drill a hole just to get to the jewel, it'd be impossible to get the jewel out without causing damage. What's more, we specially surrounded the display case with hard glass and keep the temperature here lower than in the other rooms. This way it's harder to melt the ice. And the guards are outside the glass, allowing people to appreciate the jewel without feeling unduly intimidated. But seriously, you thought of something good there. It wasn't my idea. The one who came up with this ingenious plan and who especially came again today to help out, so the guys there, was Inspector Morofushi Takari from the Homicide Department of the Nagano Prefectural Police. Okay, so a new character, seemingly. I merely stated the esteemed visitors of this establishment would also feel cool and refreshed if we were to employ ice. Well, I also voiced that it would be prudent to enact the plan as soon as it was decided upon. Celebrity is precocious in war after all. Celebrate? It's a famous quote of a military commander from the Three Kingdoms. Translation note, quote attributed to Guo, an advisor to the warlord Cao Cao during the Three Kingdoms period in China. Celerity is an Anarch term for speed. Okay. Inspector Morofushi, what are you doing here? In truth, I came here last week to confirm a certain something, but the detective in charge was out on a case and I was unable to meet them. Thus, I came again at this time. Right. The policewoman's serial murder case happened last week. What's that? Was that certain that what's that certain something? An envelope addressed to me, or more precisely, an envelope that appears to be addressed to me. The words are blurred and difficult to make out, and the sender also seems to be unknown. Okay, so give me a sec. I'm going to zoom in on that because I want to see what this note says. Okay. Please send this to Inspector something something of the Prefectural Police of Nagano. Okay. Alright. Well, the reason I chose this day in particular to come to Tokyo again is in no small part because advisor Suzuki asked me to come. Ran-chan, do you know that detective? Yes, I met him when we encountered our case in Nagano. Alright, so he's not a brand new character. We have met this guy previously, so it's giving us a little bit of insight as to where we have met him. He's childhood friends with Inspector Yamamoto Kanosuke and Detective Uehara Yui, who you've also met before. For real? So that's two other detectives that we have met while we were in Nagano. I believe that was during the school trip. Inspector Yamamoto calls him Kome, and he really is as sharp as Zhuge Liang, alias Kong Ming. Okay, translation note. Kome is the Japanese reading for Kong Ming. Okay. I see. Oh! We got Kaito Kid. Kaito Kid is there. He's there. He's in the panel. What's this? Two high school detectives and one strategist-like police detective from Nagano? Maybe I should give up on stealing it tonight. Once the sun comes up, that eye should also slowly start shrinking. But this really is a magnificent conch pair. Not only the color, size, and shape, okay, also the pattern formed on the surface is superb. It really does justice to the name Fairy's Lip. As expected of the detective, that's advisor Suzuki, expressly invited. You have good eyes. The conch pearl was found inside a huge Akoya pearl oyster that was slumbering in Ago Bay in the prefecture of Mi. So this is Torigoi Nagi is 45, the jewel broker. Okay. Enchanted by the brilliance of its iridescence that is particular to pearls, I spent a large sum of money to acquire this unique masterpiece. I am honored that I can play a part in the plan to capture Kid. Okay. But in exchange, please compensate me accordingly in the case that he gets stolen. Sure. After all, his jewel is an important asset. His jewel is an important asset of mine that even has a high-paying buyer already lined up in an auction. That's a lie. Okay. It's a special present that my grandfather got on his travels from a multi-millionaire in the Caribbean. I only handed it to you because you told me you'd find out its worth, and now you refuse to give it back? So we've got a bit of an argument here. This is coming from Yamamoto Moena. She's 21, an employee. Yes, your pearl was rather similar to mine, so I took it to check it out. But if I recall correctly, I've already returned it. That's right, you returned it all right, after you replaced the conch pearl in the ring with a fake. Alright, so she's ripping in saying that this guy's a thief. Oi, oi, what's the meaning of this? Sometimes there are people like this. Customers who refuse to see reason. Give it back right now. So she's cracking the shit. That's the jewel that was on the marriage ring that my grandfather gave my grandmother. Okay? So that explains why she wants it so bad. I want to put it into the coffin of my grandma who died the other day. so she can take it with her to heaven. Let me go! My grandmother's funeral is tomorrow. There's no time left. Let me go! So she screamed. I see, he said. That's how it is. So Kaito Kid figured something out. And has Kid still not sent a notice? No, still no word. Okay, so if we see Kid, he's flicking something. Oh, this is going to be the notice. This is going to be the notice. Inspector Nakamori. So he's like, tick, tick. What is it? Over there. There's a strange ball. This is a baby? But why would that be here? Inspector Nakamori, there's a card under your shoe. This is, could it be? They spilled it. Tonight at midnight, I shall appear to claim the fairy's lip. Kaito Kid. Oh, it's the notice! He's put up the notice. He's put up the notice. Alright. So you're going to come. As I thought. Kaito Kid. Like, huh? Appear to claim the fairy's lip. Claim. Lips. Oh! So Heji's thinking about kissing Kazuha. Right, I'm going to have to zoom in just to see this last part, guys. So just give me one little second. Okay. Heiji is more preoccupied with with lips than the jewel. What is Kid's plan of attack for the jewel in the ice? Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Anyway, guys, look, just hang on a second, and we're gonna jump straight into the review. Alright, guys, so chapter 1018 of Detective Conan in the Ice. This was a solid chapter. We got some awesome characters here, starting off with Heiji and Kazuha, with Heiji cracking the shit at Kudo for basically confessing and then kissing Ran, basically because he now wants to one-up Kudo in his confession to Kazuha, right? So he's like, how can he goes, I could confess to her here, it's just some beautiful scenery, but that wouldn't do it, you know? So he's very much preoccupied with how is he going to one-up Kudo to confess to Kazuha, you know, who he, as we know, he's very much in love with, and as we know, Kazuha is in love with him, right? So there's a lot of good things. The other good stuff, we got Morofushi Takanari. He's from Nagano. He's known from the, I believe it was the Nagano trip where where Jimmy actually confessed to Ran his feelings, and she confessed back, and they actually kissed and became a couple. We met him there, and I believe we met him earlier on as well in another investigation. Don't quite remember. I'm pretty sure we met him a couple of times. We also got Kaito Kid. Kaito Kid's going to be in this. That is super exciting as well because I love Kaito Kid. I love Heiji. Probably my two favorite characters within Detective Conan are both in this week's chapter and within this series. So I'm really curious about how this is going to play out. So, but probably the biggest thing, the mystery within this chapter is going to be the actual fairy lips pearl. All right. So we got to see like a jewel broker, basically, who supposedly has taken the actual jewel out, replaced it with a fake one, and handed that back to his employee, a 21-year-old employee, who now knows that is a fake, and she wants that actual pearl that was on her grandmother's ring to be put back so she can bury it with her grandmother, who is getting buried the next day. So that's the only real mystery that we got going on here. It also seems like that that Kaito has figured a way to get to it and how to get it out and to do all that kind of jazz. I'm really curious about what's going to go down and how things are going to play out. How is Kaito Kid going to deal with not only Suzuki trying to catch him, but also Morofushi, who's very much a strategist, Conan, and Heiji. Heiji definitely is not at 100%. We know that. It's been shown within this chapter quite often that he's thinking more about kissing Kazuha and confessing to her than anything else. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this is all going to play out. What is Kid's plan? Will he get caught? Will he get away? Is the pearl that's in the original ring, is that actually a fake? Is the real one actually there? There's a lot of good things here. So the overall plan to actually capture Kid is they've put the pearl in a big block of ice. Morofushi is the one who came up with this idea, basically putting it in the middle of ice, a giant block of ice within another glass room, glass area, where in there it's the cold air is there to keep it chilled, so it keeps it harder and everything like that, which would mean for Kid to get in to steal via melting the ice or via drilling, it's not going to happen very quickly. As we know, Kaito Kid, he comes in, boom, 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 does things very, very quickly, and then gets out. That's taking a lot of that out of the equation. He can't drill into it, because by drilling into it, there is a chance of actually damaging it, and to melt it, it's placed in a position where it's very, very difficult, and it will take quite a fair bit of time to actually get to it. So the overall plan is quite genius. But seemingly we did see within this chapter, Kaito Kid did seemingly come up with a way to actually achieve this. What is it? We're going to have to wait till next week. I'm looking forward to this, guys. I have been looking forward to this series, to Conan coming back for it went on break. I believe it's 6 weeks or 7 weeks ago. It went on break for a hiatus. And we're back. We've got some big characters. We've got some big stories. We've got a lot of little things going. We've got the Kazuha, Heiji kind of love thing going. We've got Kaito Kid and Suzuki-chan. We've got Conan there. We've got a lot of little things going. I'm happy. I know you guys are happy. I can't wait for next week. So anyway, guys, overall for this chapter, the art, solid. We've got a good way to come back after the whole little love thing going on with Detective Chiba and Mike in the previous chapter all those weeks ago. Will we get another couple here at the end of this series? Here's hoping. I really hope that Heiji does pull it off and actually does confess to her. I really want to see that happen, but I still believe there's something's going to happen, and he's not going to be able to. He's going to find the perfect moment, the perfect place and everything. He's going to go to confess to her, and then I believe it's the girl, that rich girl who's decided she's going to marry him, is going to intervene in a way. That is my guess. I'm really curious about how this is all going to play out. I would love to see Heiji actually confess to Kazuha, and just to see her reaction. I think she's really going to be surprised. But anyway, guys, overall for this chapter, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Brilliant chapter. Absolutely love this chapter. Some of my all-time favorite characters are in there. I'm looking forward to next week. It's been way too long since we had Detective Conan chapters. So it's great for Conan to be back. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week with some more Detective Conan. Anyway, that is all from me. Let me know in that comment section below what you guys thought. Did you like it? Didn't like it? All that kind of jazz. And as always, guys, I'm Free01. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you guys next time with another live reaction and review. Peace. Run away!